can't handle the truth.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Laura Ingraham. This is the Ingraham Angle from Washington. Tonight, we have a Fox News alert. President Trump just moments ago announcing a new division at the DOJ, National Fraud Enforcement. And he's nominating Colin McDonald, who's a top official in Todd Blanche's office, he's the deputy AG, to serve as the first ever assistant attorney general in that role. The president writing on Truth Social, "Together, we will end the fraud and restore integrity to our federal programs." Wow, more on that later.
Fox News is learning FBI agents are on site at a Fulton County election office in Georgia, where they are conducting a search. David Spunt's got more details for us on this developing story. David?
Hi, Sandra. This is a satellite office for the Fulton County Elections Office. The FBI Atlanta press office confirming this, not giving many details, saying that the FBI is executing a court-authorized law enforcement action. No other details at this time, but we do know via sources a judge signed off on this warrant, allowing these agents, as you see them, enter this building to take items from the inside. Now, we're told that this is a sealed matter before the court, meaning details are now limited. Now, agents are looking at documents, phones, computers. We are told via multiple sources this is related to the 2020 presidential election. Now, we don't know specifically what agents are taking to the FBI lab, items that may eventually become part of a federal case. You may remember President Trump was charged in Fulton County with trying to overturn the 2020 election results. That's Brad Raffensperger right there. He is the Secretary of State of Georgia. That is the Fulton County District Attorney, Fani Willis. Now, Raffensperger spoke to President Trump back in early 2021, and Trump said that he wanted to find some 11,000 votes to help win the election. Raffensperger said that he felt pressure from Trump. Willis then took Donald Trump to trial. That didn't happen. In 2023, she said that her prosecution was all buttoned up, ready to go, but it was completely derailed after it was revealed she had an intimate relationship with the top prosecutor on her team, and it could have tainted the case. Late last year, a judge dismissed the case in its entirety. It's important to point out, Sandra, that a judge typically would not just sign off on a warrant so the FBI could go on what's known as a fishing expedition. It's likely the FBI and DOJ presented some credible evidence to the judge for the judge to go ahead and give the green light. No immediate comment from the Justice Department. Again, the FBI confirming this court-authorized search warrant. We are waiting to see if perhaps Director Kash Patel, Attorney General Pam Bondi, or even Secretary Raffensperger, or perhaps Governor Brian Kemp have anything to say.
So, Jason, what is happening directly behind you right now?
Well, right now, David and I were around the side of the building, and we saw the 3 box trucks and the FBI truck just kind of hanging out, and they started to move around, and my theory is on the other side of that wall is where the 2020 ballots, poll tapes, all the information from 2020 has been stored since they built the warehouse. So, again, I don't have any inside information, but my hope is they're going to go through everything very quickly and let us know what really happened in 2020.
Going inside of the election facility. Our photographer was able to go inside. He was let inside and allowed to be up and close. As you can see, this is interesting because one of the questions we did ask Larry was if agents were restricting his access or asking him to back up at all. And he said that so far they've been allowing reporters to get up close to the situation.
Outside if you want to take
Yeah. Okay, so now agents are asking them to back up.
Actually, you shouldn't even be in this area, but
Hey, you know what? I don't have a key, so there you go.
Okay.
Okay, so agents are asking them to back up, saying our crews should not be in this area. So this is something we're going to continue to monitor. And as our photojournalist gathers more information and reporter Larry Sproul gathers more information, we're going to be able to hopefully get that information for you. Right now,
Hi, everybody. Listen, I know you're watching the news. You're seeing a lot of stuff about this FBI raid at the Fulton County elections and registrations. I'm on the inside right now. So I just want you to be like real discerning about all that you're hearing from people who are on the outside of what's going on. I'm going to give you the truth about what's happening. So they served a warrant, the FBI, this is Trump, serving a warrant to go pick up the 2020 ballots, which are in a secure location inside of here, 700 boxes. The first warrant that they gave was incorrect legally, like they didn't follow the right procedure. They went back and they fixed it, and they came back and now they are actually collecting the boxes. They are in the chain of command in Fulton County is that once they are archived, they become the possession of the clerk of Superior Court, which is Shay Alexander. She is here and she is with them inventorying everything that they're taking. We, the commissioners, the chairman, the county attorney, are trying to figure out a legal plan as to maybe an injunction, a motion to quash. We don't know yet. We're trying to figure it out. We're getting all kinds of legal advice to stop this, because once they have the ballots, how do we then turn around and do something different when they've already got their hands on it? So this is an attempt to take your vote away. This is all about November 2026, about the primary on May 19th and then the November election. He does not want the midterm elections to take away his power. So he's trying to create chaos. So this is what he does. Chaos in Minnesota, chaos in Fulton County. We are a target. Protect your vote at all costs. I'm telling you, everybody always says your life depends on it. Oh, your life does depend on it this time.
What you're doing is extremely dangerous.
Why is it dangerous?
Because you're spreading conspiracy theories.
It's not a conspiracy theory. Do you have $45? I'm not undermining. I'm not saying people are voting there. Ma'am, I'm not saying that people are voting there. I'm not saying people are voting there. I'm saying people are currently registered to vote there. We went around Fulton County the last few weeks and we see that people are currently registered to vote in places like empty lots, homeless shelters that closed 10 years ago. What would you do if you become Secretary of State to address that?
I'm not going to reply to conspiracy theories.
It's not conspiracy. It's a current. You can currently go on the voter rolls, purchase them for $45, and go there with us. We will gladly take you if you want to go to. I
appreciate what you're saying. I'm not going to respond to conspiracy theories.
How is that a conspiracy theory? It's an active voter rolls. If you're going to be running for Secretary of State, you're in charge of maintaining the voter rolls. Don't you care about if people are registered to vote from empty lots?
Your questions. I appreciate it. I've got to.
Do you think it's a conspiracy theory that people are registered to vote from empty lots, though? Well, I have the ability to go wherever I want to. People are currently registered to vote in empty lots, Commissioner. And if you're going to run for Secretary of State, aren't you going to at least take a look at that? It took me $45 to purchase the voter rolls. You can do that as well for the Fulton County. You can see that people are registered to vote from empty lots. They're registered to vote at a MARTA bus station. Are you not going to do anything about that? You're just going to call that conspiracy theories again? We have exact addresses that you can go to right now. 205 Elm Street Northwest. It's an empty lot. You can go there right now and see it for yourself. Do you not care about that? You're an elected official and you don't want to address that? Commissioner, if you're going to be running for Secretary of State and that involves maintaining clean voter rolls in one of the most important counties, I would say, in the United States.
I think what you're doing is extremely dangerous.
Why is it dangerous?
Because you're spreading conspiracy theories.
It's not a conspiracy theory. Do you have $45? I'm not undermining. I'm not saying people are voting there. Ma'am, I'm not saying that people are voting there. I'm not saying people are voting there. I'm saying people are currently registered to vote there. Jason, right? People are currently registered to vote there. We're not saying people are voting there, Commissioner. We're saying clean the rolls. Jason, so she said that it's a conspiracy theory. Let me actually.
These may look like random truck boxes, but Jason, explain to us what is currently happening 10 feet away from us.
Yeah, David, this is a beautiful day. We've been trying to get these ballots, everything from 2020, pretty much since 2020. We've been told time and again, everything was fine, don't worry about it, why are you investigating 2020? This happened so many years ago. You know what, if there was nothing to hide, they would have showed us years ago. Now we're gonna find out. These trucks are on their way to Virginia. They're going to be out of state very soon, and it is time to get to the bottom of 2020.
So basically, it's about 700 ballot boxes from the 2020 election because, again, this is the Fulton County Election Office. Today, FBI executed a search warrant where they seized essentially those 700 boxes.
Everything.
And now they've officially left. This is the train, as we'll say, that's on the way, hopefully, out of Georgia.
In safe keepings.
Exactly. We don't want a judge to suddenly, and real quickly, we'll get to the judge in a second. These are actual people that you know that you've been fighting together with since 2020.
Yes.
Trying to make this a possibility. You've been here till the minute that they left, and it seems like they're probably going to follow them to make sure that everything will be fine and secure.
We've got to make sure the ballots get there and there are no hiccups.
Yeah.
But this is a beautiful day. I mean,
Absolutely.
we need to get to the bottom of this. Whoever won, we just want the answers.
Yeah.
It's time to stop hiding.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations, Jason, and to everyone here.
Thank you.
Now they have been removed from this facility, out of our control. We don't know where they're being taken. We don't know what's going to happen to them. So we can no longer, and I can no longer, chair of this board, satisfy not only the citizens of Atlanta, but the citizens of the world that those ballots are still secure. So that is a major concern that I have right now. Again, my point is, once they were here, as long as they were here in control of Fulton County, I was confident that they were safe and secure. And the other point I'd like to make, this goes back to the 2020 elections. For the life of me, I still cannot understand the fascination about the 2020 elections, which occurred 6 years ago. That election is over with. That election has been reviewed, it's been audited, and in every case, every instance, we get a clean bill of health. If there's anybody who knows what happened in 2020 on that night at State Farm Arena, it was Fulton County Commission Chairman Rob Pitts. I was there. So the fascination with this, I still don't understand it. But we'll have more to say later.
I just want to say that Fulton County Department of Registration and Elections is always and will continue to maintain fair, transparent, and accurate elections. And we will continue to do the work of the electorate here in Fulton County. The FBI is still in the building. We have fully complied. We will always comply with law enforcement and with the rule of law. And that's what we do here in Fulton County. And that's all I have to say.
Let me just say that we are going to, if there's a question of are we going to take all legal action to make sure that, this, what I consider to be an assault on voters. This is an assault on your vote. So I think that, Marvin is an attorney, I'm an attorney. We are all trying to figure out what to do about this. But what we know is that does not even matter. We know in America right now, it does not even matter if what you are saying is the right thing. If our president wants to bring in the forces, he will, and he has. And so it's in Fulton County now. So we have to protect. You need to go to your voter page, make sure that you are still registered to vote. You need to check every week. You need to be unafraid of these scare tactics, and you need to go out there and vote. Because what they're mostly afraid of is that you will vote them out. That is what they are afraid of.
FBI agents are going through materials found today during a search of the Fulton County, Georgia election office. That search is said to be related to the 2020 election. Correspondent David Spunt has details tonight. Good evening, David.
Brett, good evening. FBI agents are still on site at the records warehouse for the Fulton County, Georgia Board of Elections. The matter is sealed before a court, meaning details are limited, but we can report this is related to the 2020 presidential election. Sources tell Fox News that agents retrieved documents, phones, and computers after a judge signed a warrant. President Trump has long made Georgia, and specifically Fulton County, a target of his complaints relating to the 2020 election. Shortly after that election, Trump spoke to Georgia's Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger, and said he needed a 11,780 votes to win the state. At the time, Raffensperger said he felt pressure from Trump and denied any widespread election fraud. He continues to deny it to this day. Now, Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis brought state criminal charges against then former President Trump and others in 2023 for conspiracy to overturn the election. But her prosecution, Brett, was eventually derailed completely after it was revealed she had an intimate relationship with the top prosecutor on her team, and it could have tainted the case. Late last year, a judge dismissed the case in its entirety. Now, Brett, last month, the Justice Department sued Fulton County, Georgia, seeking access to 2020 voting records after state officials allegedly failed to respond to a subpoena. Fox News has learned the head of the FBI's Atlanta field office was recently forced out in recent days, but it's unclear, Brett, if this is all related.
Patel, I want to start with the news, and the news is out of Fulton County, Georgia. I know this is an ongoing investigation, but the FBI on Wednesday did obtain a search warrant to look at this Fulton County election hub to access physical ballots, electronic ballot images, and voter rolls. Is there anything you can share at this moment?
Hey, Kaylee, it's great to be with you. Look, like any other investigation, the FBI follows the facts and the law, and President Trump and the Attorney General have given us clear mandate to reduce crime in this country and investigate anything that rises to the level of probable cause. And what we did, the FBI, with our partners at the Department of Justice, the AG, led out on an extensive effort to conduct interviews and an investigation, which led us to a probable cause to be delivered to a judge who found probable cause for us to execute that search warrant, which you saw and the nation saw yesterday. And what we did was what we do in any other investigation. We went in there, we followed the rules of the search warrant. The FBI and the DOJ went in and collected numerous pieces of evidence that the judge authorized us to collect. And what we're going to do next is go through the voluminous amounts of information collected and continue our investigation. At this point, there's not much more I can say publicly because we have to go through a lot more material, but it was predicated upon a finding of probable cause by a judge in Georgia.
Quand des agents fédéraux saisissent des bulletins de vote d'une élection passée, la question n'est plus pourquoi maintenant, mais qu'est-ce qui a été ignoré trop longtemps. Et si ce qu'on considérait comme clos devenait soudainement ouvert à l'examen, pas une allégation anonyme, pas une spéculation sur les réseaux, pas un débat partisan isolé, mais une action concrète du FBI avec un mandat judiciaire approuvé dans un centre électoral clé. Restons factuels un instant. Pourquoi lancer une perquisition dans un hub électoral des années après le vote ? Le comté de Fulton en Géorgie, un endroit déjà scruté pour des irrégularités signalées en 2020. Cette fois, ce ne sont pas des observateurs locaux qui alertent, ce ne sont pas des plaintes isolées, ce sont des agents du FBI sur le terrain. Un mandat de perquisition dans tout système judiciaire implique une évaluation préalable. Un juge a validé des motifs suffisants pour agir, pas une rumeur, pas une présomption, des indices concrets. Alors, une interrogation légitime surgit. Qu'est-ce qui motive cette intervention précisément maintenant ? Retour en 2020 au State Farm Arena. Des vidéos ont circulé, elles ont été analysées, elles ont soulevé des questions, puis elles ont été reléguées. Des bulletins manipulés en l'absence d'observateurs, des comptages prolongés, des procédures nocturnes. La question centrale n'a jamais été est-ce intentionnel? La question persistante a toujours été pourquoi les autorités locales n'ont-elles pas fourni d'explications détaillées et transparentes? Combien de passages ces bulletins ont-ils subi dans les machines? Un seul? Plusieurs? Et pourquoi cette opacité sur un point aussi précis? À ce jour, aucune réponse exhaustive n'a été rendue publique. Pour faire simple, des militants ont passé toute la nuit à scanner le même bulletin et ont fait complètement exploser le score de Joe Biden. Bah bravo. Regardons le Wisconsin comme exemple. 7,4 millions d'inscrits au vote pour environ 4 millions d'adultes éligibles. Est-ce une preuve irréfutable de dysfonctionnement? Pas forcément. Est-ce une incohérence flagrante dans un processus électoral? Sans doute. Dans une démocratie robuste, une telle disparité ne s'ignore pas. Elle s'investigue, elle s'éclaire, elle se rectifie. Autrement, une autre interrogation émerge. Si une anomalie de cette ampleur existe là, quelle autre pourrait exister ailleurs dans d'autres États? Durant des années, le discours dominant a été « l'affaire est classée, pas de place pour le doute ». Questionner était vu comme partisan, insister était perçu comme excessif, persister était souvent minimisé. Mais aujourd'hui, ce ne sont plus seulement des voix isolées qui s'élèvent, ce sont des institutions fédérales qui interviennent. Et quand le FBI agit, l'absence de couverture médiatique massive devient elle-même un sujet. Pourquoi si peu de détails sur les saisies? Pourquoi tant de réactions paniquées de la part d'officiers locaux? Pourquoi cette urgence à défendre sans expliquer? Tu vois les retombées? Théorie conspirationniste qui nous accusait. On savait qu'il y avait un gros problème dans les élections. Et c'est pas fini, ça va faire boum dans d'autres pays. Posons donc l'interrogation que l'on évite souvent. Si une élection peut être réexaminée dans la plus grande puissance mondiale, combien d'autres nations opèrent avec des systèmes électoraux potentiellement vulnérables? Combien de scrutins ont été insuffisamment audités, mal surveillés ou tout simplement pas vérifiés en profondeur? Ce n'est pas une remise en cause gratuite, c'est un appel à la vigilance démocratique, car une démocratie ne s'effondre pas sous les critiques, elle s'affaiblit quand on empêche les questions légitimes d'être posées.